Hey guys, this is Kevin from jazztime.com. Jazztime.com is an online store that buys, sells, trades authentic luxury watches. We make these videos so our customers can easily choose the best watch for themselves in the comfort of their own home. We offer the lowest prices anywhere online, and if you want to know the price of the watch, simply click on the links in the description below. We greatly appreciate it if you would buy a watch from jazztime.com once in a while. So today we're going to be doing a review on the Rolex Datejust 41. This is the model number 126334. We'll be going over the dial, bezel, case, crown, bracelet, clasp, and we'll talk about the movement towards the end of the video. So jumping right into the dial is actually a newer style that was released in 2019, so this year. While the model itself, the Datejust 41 line, was released a few years prior. This dial configuration of the blue dial with the Roman numerals is the newest style of configuration that was released. You can get this in either the blue dial or the white dial as well. So you have two choices for these new style Roman numeral dials. But besides that, we see this typical Datejust architecture, which is the Rolex crown logo at the 12 o'clock position with the hour markers all around the circumference of the dial, and the date window at the 3 o'clock position with a Cyclops lens on top of that sapphire crystal for magnification, easier viewing of that date. We have the Rolex Oyster Perpetual Datejust name right at the 12 o'clock position underneath that crown, and they're boasting about being within Swiss specs of the superlative chronometer, officially certified there at the 6 o'clock position. We additionally have the Swiss made with the Rolex crown logo in between the Swiss and made, which is actually a newer thing that they've done with the dials to indicate that the watch itself has been updated on the movement. It's been updated on the movement, which we'll go about that later on. But specifically for this blue dial, it does follow its previous predecessor, which was the Datejust 2 line before it became the Datejust 41 line. And the Datejust 2 line, which was the model number 116334, had the similar style blue dial with the Roman numerals. However, it follows suit in the same way that this blue is actually not the same as the index blue that you would find on the index style hour markers. That blue is actually a little bit darker, and the blue that pops on the Roman numeral version is actually a little bit lighter. But as you can see, still a very beautiful blue coloration, that lighter blue looking very nice with that simple contrast of just popping with the white text from the Datejust name, and then also the hour markers being hour markers, and the central hour, minute, and seconds hand being fashioned in the 18 karat white gold helps give that additional pop and contrast to the dial. And of course, also obviously adding a little more shine in conjunction with that sunburst style dial. As you can see, as I tilt it against the light, you can see that differences in contrast and highlights around that dial. But we're going to go ahead and move on to the bezel now. So the bezel is a 18 karat white gold fluted bezel. As you can see, the fluted bezel is etched in such a way that it captures light, sort of similar to the sunburst dial, just a little more extreme, as it's a very beautiful high polished bezel. You can see that harder contrast of darker shadows against the higher contrast of the highlights, which adds a little more shine to the face of the watch itself. And along with that, as we move on to the case, you can see the lugs of the watch nicely high polished as well to help keep a nice encompassed sort of bordering window of just complete shine around the dial, and really helps bring more out of it. The case size itself is, as the name states, a Datejust 41, so it's a 41 millimeter watch. So from my index finger to my thumb here, that's 41 millimeters in diameter. Here's a side profile of the watch. One thing to mention at this point is that this case is actually a slimmer style case and slimmer style bezel compared to its predecessor, as I mentioned, the Datejust 2. So it's a slimmer case size and slimmer bezel, where it used to be a thicker, fatter case size and a fatter bezel. So they slimmed it down to keep it nice in proportion overall for the whole watch. As I show you the other side as well, you can see nice high polish trailing from the sides of the case, along with the bracelet as well. You can see the nice high polish. And of course, on the crown itself, there's a Rolex crown logo indicated by a small little dash underneath. And what that means is that the crown itself is a screw-down twin-lock double waterproofness system. In sports pieces, you'll see 3 dots, which indicates that it is a triple waterproofness system. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you the crown functions. So we're gonna unwind that crown counterclockwise as shown. Let me just move this hand out of the way here. So going back to the standard position, so when you unwind the watch to the standard position, which I'm at now, you can actually wind the watch. About 15 to 20 winds is all you need to get the watch started once more. Pulling the crown out to the next position, keep your eye on the date, as we're going to go ahead and instantly change that date. Very quick, very easy to use by going clockwise. And then pulling the crown out to the final position will allow you to adjust the hands bidirectionally as shown. So very simple, very easy to use. Of course, in this position, as with most automatic watches, the second hand does stop for precise time settings. So I'll go ahead and press that crown back in. You'll see it started once more. And that allows for precise time settings such as to an atomic clock online. You can set it down to the exact seconds. Also, make sure screw the crown nice and tight in against the case, as you want to keep your watch water resistance, and of course you don't want that crown to be sticking out. You don't want to bump it on anything. So the water resistance for the Datejust 41 watch is the 100 meters or 330 feet. We're going to go ahead and move on to the bracelet now. So the bracelet is a 904L steel style 904L steel bracelet, sorry, where 904L steel is an in-house made steel by Rolex themselves, which has a little bit nicer shine and nicer shine to it, and a little more durability than the industry standard, which is the 316 steel. And I'll go ahead and show you that this is a full Jubilee style bracelet. You can see nice proportions from the tapering from the first link downwards. You can see nice tapering to help with keep the watch all in proportion. So if I sort of pull it out to the back here, you can see nice beautiful proportions in with that 41 size casing. The Jubilee style bracelet is a 5-piece link style bracelet. You can see nice high polish in the center 3 links with a satin finish on the outer of the 5-piece link, sorry. And with the clasp is a folding oyster clasp, as indicated by the sort of sportier style look to it, as Rolex has sort of done away with their folding Jubilee concealed folding crown clasp, where you would just have the full Jubilee pattern go throughout. And that's just a simple design choice by them, as they probably feel that the oyster clasp is a nice change in pace, and it has a nice shine to it, again following that same polishing pattern as well. We're gonna go ahead and open it up so I can show you the high polished clasp blaze with the Rolex name embossed on there. All right. So let's go ahead and move on to the movement now. So the movement is housed in a simple oyster case backing. You can see a nice bordering of high polish with a sanded finish at the very top edge of it. The movement itself is a perpetual mechanical self-winding movement. It's a 32-35 caliber movement, which is a update from the previous predecessor, which ran a 31-35 movement, and that was a 48-hour power reserve, but a tried and tested movement for over 20 plus years. So they decided to add a few things to this movement. So once again, that's a 32-35 movement, has a precision of -2 + 2 seconds a day, as we boast about the 6 o'clock position there with the text. As I mentioned before, has the functions of the hour, minute, and seconds hand, and the oscillator is a paramagnetic blue parachrome hairspring, which has resistance against magnetism, that is paired with a Chrono G escapement, which is an in-house made escapement wheel made by Rolex. Rolex opting to use more in-house parts than outsourced parts. And that Chrono G escapement is made out of a nickel phosphorus, and it is a skeletonized escapement wheel. The nickel phosphorus pairs with that hairspring in order to reduce the effects of magnetism, or just overall just keeping the watch resistance against magnetism. And a Chrono G escapement being skeletonized helps with a reduction of inertia, helping keep precise time settings. Additionally, the shock absorbers is a high performance Paraflex shock absorbers, meaning that Rolex has opted to use in-house made shock absorbers now instead of the industry standard KIF shock absorbers, and they claim that they absorb 50% more shocks than the industry standard. The power reserve, because of all these changes, has been updated from a 48-hour power reserve to a 72-hour power reserve, meaning you can put this watch down on a Friday evening, pick it back up on a Sunday afternoon, and be keeping time just fine. Now let me actually go ahead and show you this watch on my wrist now. So we're going to go ahead and open that up. Close that there. See how simple, how easy that was to use. And you can see that blue dial is just absolutely beautiful. You can see the sunburst nature of it. That lighter blue pops just a little bit more with a nice contrast of that white text from the Rolex name. Again, that nice shine that really encompasses the whole face of the dial, with the high polishing on the case, the high polishing of the white gold of the fluted bezel, and just even the small high polishings of the white gold on the Roman numerals on the hands, and just overall works very beautifully.
If you want to find out more about the watch you just saw in the video, you can just click below on Show More to see the full description. Then you can check the link next to model as seen in video, click on it and you will get to the proper page where you can see all the details. If you're watching on a mobile phone, you have to click on the arrow down on the right hand side below the video to see the full description. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you would like to share this video with your friends, you can use the share button below and share it on any platform you like. If you have questions, constructive feedback, want to tell us about some mistakes or misspeaks, just write a comment below. If you want to see more videos like this, you should subscribe to our channel and visit our channel page where you can find all the videos. And if you're interested in a specific watch brand, you can check out our playlists. If you want to check the price for a watch or want to buy one, remember at jazztime.com you always get a steep discount, so you should check the prices with us. If you want to know the price for a specific watch, just go to Google, type in JazzTime, plus the brand, model and the details you're interested in, and Google will find the right page for you. Thank you for watching.